That's fantastic. I'm really excited to be here today. Speaking with speakers is one of my it's one of my favorite groups to be in front of. And the reason for that is because what you do is naturally extends into video. Video is speaking. It is public speaking. And with what we're going to learn here today, I'm hoping that you will take action. I'm hoping that you will get in front of your camera more often. You'll sharpen your skills. You'll present to a robotic eyeball and put that out on the web. And I'm confident that if you implement what I'm going to show you how to do here today, that implementation will turn into new business for you. That is my focus. I am far less interested in going viral. I'm far less interested in becoming a YouTube superstar. I would rather that you get 10 well-qualified views than 10 million views from just any, millennial out there. No offense to millennials. So I'm excited to get started with you today, and we're going to dive right in. Today's presentation I'm going to be delivering in three parts, okay? The first thing we're going to talk about, we're going to do a tour of YouTube, and I'm going to show you YouTube from an insider's perspective. I'm going to show you what you're looking at from an analytics point of view. I'm going to be showing you what you're going to be needing to optimize for and some of the major factors there. We're also going to go into your programming strategy, which is going to answer the big question, what should I make videos about? How many of you out here feel that your content is boring? Anyone? Yeah, I get that a lot. Now, the idea is that if your content were actually boring, you wouldn't be in business, okay? There are people out there that want to hear from you, and that is your target. So we're going to be talking about your programming strategy and what you should make your videos about. And then we're going to talk about formatting. Formatting answers the question, what should you say and when in your video? Okay, and I'm going to teach you two different formats for your video that should act as a checklist, that if you follow that checklist, you'll be following the same format every time. And then we're going to wrap up with optimization, and I'm going to be showing you, there's so much to learn. I'm going to be showing you in the last section 2 or 3 optimization tactics that'll give you the biggest bang for your buck. I mean, I wish that we could stay in here all day, all weekend maybe, and just really dig into this stuff. YouTube is a huge platform, but I want to give you what you can use today. I want to give you what you can use right now to start making videos that make an impact and make sales. Okay? Does that sound good to everybody? Okay. Any questions? Can we start with that? I want to write them down, and just as I'm going through the presentation, I'm going to do my best to answer them. Okay? So yeah, please.
I'm just curious, do we have a Wi-Fi connection that you can get on our computers? I don't know the password.
The password is, it's rather complicated. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0.
Those all caps?
It's not case sensitive.
Just the general Stratford Wi-Fi?
Yes.
Thank you.
Any other questions about YouTube, about video? And I'm sure you're going to have questions. Yes, sir, in the back.
I keep getting confused between people who shoot videos, how can I say this kindly, that don't really know how to put my best foot forward.
Yep.
And so if you could talk about how to select the right vendor.
Yeah, selecting vendor. We can talk about that in formatting. Anybody else have any burning questions? Yeah, Mary?
Descriptions. How much you should write, what you should write, just some direction on that.
Yeah.
I'm sure we covered video quality, equipment.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, we had a couple questions on tech. Now, video tech is a huge Pandora's box of rabbit trails, questions, and confusions. How many of you guys know what H.264 is? Okay, that's an example of what the tech conversation's like. How many of you guys have a cell phone? Okay, that's the tech answer.
All right.
Okay? Now, I've got some of my tech that I've laid out right here, and I want to invite you guys during the break to come down and check some of this stuff out. Okay, I brought this for you, and it gives you what's that?
So we can take it home.
Okay, I want to keep an eyeball on this guy, right? If he comes out with bulging pockets, you know.
It's Harold. We keep an eye on him.
Yeah, good. Is that an ankle bracelet, sir? You know, we'll get into that later. I want you to come down and check this tech out. We're going to go into some of these tech questions, okay, but I don't want to dig too deep, and here's why. Because it all depends on your level of competency. You know, if you want to have a TV broadcasting setup, you can do that with today's technology. If you want to just start making videos, you can use your mobile device. And everything that I'm going to be covering today is going to be from a mobile device and a tripod perspective, right? No microphones, no lighting. You know, we're gonna hack all of that by using the natural lighting in the room, by standing in front of windows and things to this effect. The last thing you want to do is make the same mistakes I made, where I went and I spent thousands of dollars on camera gear, equipment, and lights and green screens that within 2 years became completely obsolete. Completely obsolete. You should see my garage. Now, of course, I still use these things because why buy another phone, right? You don't need to put yourself in that position. The key today on YouTube is creating quality content. Viewers are so forgiving with your quality if you're able to serve their needs. And so that's the perspective I want to take today, is creating amazing content. I've built a channel of 26,000 subscribers. And you know what I use for my camera? I use an $80 webcam for my videos. Okay? So that's another answer to the tech question. If that's all you've got, then use it. Just make great content. We're going to talk about those things today. I'm working in between two computers here. I got my notes here, and then I've got the actual presentation there, so forgive me if it's a little scattered. And I'm doing my best to record this so that we'll have a recording later. Hopefully that'll be available to you. All right, so let's begin. First of all, I want you guys to know I recently gained 9 pounds. So you can clap for that. Thank you so much. Of course, this was 3 years ago. But I do like to start a presentation with babies. I feel like it creates a better connection with the audience. So I appreciate you indulging me in that. I'm Owen Video. As Ron mentioned, I'm a YouTuber. I'm a YouTube marketing coach. I have 4.2 million minutes. I put views here, but that's incorrect. 4.2 million minutes of watch time on my channel. That means more people watch me than the news in some areas of the country. 26,000 subscribers. It did not come overnight. I am not an overnight success. I've been uploading for 4 years onto YouTube. I'm also a podcaster and a live streamer. I stream live on YouTube and on Facebook twice per week. And I repurpose that content onto iTunes for my podcast. How many of you guys are podcasting now? Great. How many of you guys would like to podcast in the future? Video is a great opportunity for that. In fact, we talked about that last night at dinner, what my whole repurposing strategy is, going live onto Facebook, stripping out the audio, putting it onto iTunes, taking snippets out, putting it onto YouTube. It takes 1 hour of production time, another hour of post-production time, and I'm uploading onto 4 different platforms. And I get invited to speak at these wonderful events for you fine people. So we're going to talk about some of those strategies today and how you can be using them in your business. I've worked with some of the biggest companies out there. I've worked with LinkedIn, Social Media Examiner, and a bunch of Fortune 100 and 500 companies. But what I really want you to know about me is that I have amazing pecs. I'm just going to let that simmer. I'm a fantastic Photoshop editor, as you guys can see. It gives you a little hint of my personality here. Let's talk about video in general. Now, I know that you're already sold on video, and that's why you're here, but let's talk about some of the numbers involved in video, and I want to kind of go through this quickly. Okay, the word video in an email has been shown to increase open rates, OR, open rates, by 19% and click-through rates, CTR, by 65%. How many of you are using email to contact your databases? You're using MailChimp or GetResponse or something like that? Fantastic. So video is very powerful in sending an email that says video in the subject line. So if you're a foot doctor, you could say something like, diabetic foot care video inside. And even having that simple term lets people know you've got video for them. 74% of millennials find video helpful when comparison shopping. Now that stat came from a study among millennials, but how many of you out there actually look at videos before making a purchase decision? I know I do on Amazon with Amazon Video embedded right into the product pages. It's very helpful. Social video gets 1,200% more shares than text and images combined. I cannot stress this enough. Everything on Facebook is going video. 20% of all video viewed on Facebook is live video. And then even beyond that, have you guys seen the congrats and the XOXO features? Right? If you type XO in a comment, or if you type the word congrats in a comment, balloons will pop up and they'll kind of float across your screen. What is that but video? Mark Zuckerberg said that he would make, that Facebook would be a video platform by the end of 2018, and he is well on his way. So video should be and can be used all over social media. Shoppers who view video are almost twice as likely to purchase. This is my favorite stat, because oftentimes we hear the millennial conversation, and I'm guessing that not a ton of us in here are targeting millennials, despite their buying power, right? Watch time. The amount of time people spend on YouTube is increasing for every age group, 35 years old to 65 years old. Now, how many of you are serving a demographic within that age range? Yeah, absolutely. That's our age demographic. So this myth that my audience isn't on YouTube is exactly that. It's a myth. In fact, the fastest growing segment of watchers on YouTube is 55 plus. And the fact of the matter is, grandma and grandpa, mom and dad, they're tired of looking at small print on the internet. They're tired of, they are. Yeah, look at the Jitterbug phone. You guys seen this Jitterbug phone? It's this big thing with big text on it, Grandma and grandpa, mom and dad have iPads now. And they're not interested in AARP's diatribe of information. They want a video. And that's why AARP has given them videos. So if you're serving that audience, you've got a real opportunity there to use video. And people retain about 65% of the information they get from video up to 3 days later. Now this has a lot to do with our ability to digest audio, okay? We remember things that we hear, and we remember feelings we feel when we watch videos. So you're giving a multimedia experience. 30 seconds of video on Facebook is so powerful to delivering your message. So you can make a great 5-minute YouTube video, cut snippets out of it, throw it onto Instagram, throw it on to Facebook, put it in your email, and take that 1 hour of production time, turn it into another hour of post-production time, and hit your demographic everywhere. So I want you guys to be thinking about video as a marketing tool, not like not just a thing you want to do. Okay, this should become, in my opinion, a primary marketing tool for your business. And what you can expect from this workshop is we're going to get familiar with YouTube, what to make your videos about, what to say in your videos, and how to get more views, how to optimize your videos. First thing we want to talk about today is what the heck should your, of course it did this. We're going to talk about what the heck you should do, what the heck you should say in your videos. And in order to really understand what we're talking about here, I've created an acronym called pull. I told you this was going to happen. Push. We had to go from Mac to PC today, so there's obviously a couple issues there. Pull, push, and pow. Okay? Pull, push, and pow. Now this answers the question, what should I make my videos about? On social media and blogging, we call this a content strategy. In video on YouTube, we call this a programming strategy. Hallelujah. Okay, are we back? All right, we're back. Now, pull, push, and pow is a three-pronged strategy to help you understand what you should be making videos about, okay? This should make up 100% of your YouTube channel. Now, pull content. This is content that is designed to pull new viewers into your channel. This is how you grow. And as you're just starting out, pull content should be 70% of your YouTube channel. If you're going to make 10 videos this month, how many of them are going to be pull content videos? 7. Thank you so much. 70% of your channel should be pull content. This is keyword-based content that is based on internet search queries or product FAQs. How many of you guys have FAQs on your website now? Very, very strong starting point for making videos. How many of you guys already know what your FAQs are, even if they aren't sort of on your website, right? You're just kind of like, oh, they're not on my website, but here's the 10 questions I get all day, every day, all right? Start there with your videos. Answer the questions your audience is already asking, okay? These make great emails, by the way. Somebody joins your newsletter, first thing they get, FAQ number 1, all right? The other part of that is going on to YouTube and onto Google and typing in questions related to your industry. You'll see an auto-suggest feature. I know you're all familiar with this. You start typing stuff in, and then Google tries to finish what you're saying. Well, YouTube is owned by Google. Google's the parent company, and they have the same feature. Now, those auto-suggested ideas are search phrases that not only people have typed in, but have pursued, have clicked on. So somebody types something in, searches, and then doesn't click anything. That's not going to really register with Google. But they type something in, they click on it, Google's going to register that. They're going to add that to their auto-suggest or predictive feature. So you need to be making videos based on what people are typing into the search engines. Okay? The biggest problem I see business owners and entrepreneurs making with video is that they build an entire channel on push content. Now, push content is important. If pull content brings them in, then push content engages them while they're there. Now, if you're super famous, if you're YouTube famous like Philip DeFranco, if you're YouTube famous like Daryl Eves, you can make videos about whatever you want, okay? We're not in that position quite yet. We want to get you there. Okay, so you're going to use pull content to bring them in, and then you're going to use push content to engage them while they're there. Push content is brand-driven content. This is based on your agenda rather than the data. Now, we all have, branding elements to our business. We have acronyms we've invented. We have worksheets that we've invented. You're seeing my VTS sheet is in front of you right now. No one's going to go to YouTube and search, video title spreadsheet. That's my brand-driven content, right? That's stuff I've created. So I'm not going to make a strong amount of videos on the video title spreadsheet. I'm going to use keyword-based content. And then for my subscribers, I might make them something once, twice a month that is something specific to me. We all have, I think, the drive initially to make all these videos that we want to make. I want to urge you, to your own detriment, okay, not to do that. Instead, make videos that your audience wants to see. So the push-pull-pow conversation really, we're really going to stop at pull today, but I want you to understand the three-pronged YouTube strategy. YouTube suggests their own almost identical strategy. They call it Hub, Hero, and Hygiene. Okay, they use their own branded content for that. We call it push, pull, and pow. Finally, that gets us to POW content. POW content should be 10% of your YouTube marketing strategy. Your POW content, these are your viral videos. These are your company overview videos. These are your ads. The paid ad platform is a very important aspect to your YouTube marketing. Now, you're going to do maybe 3 or 4 video ads per year. And a video ad is going to be 30 seconds. It might be even shorter. You might do a, you know, you're going to advertise that for a couple bucks a month to get some added exposure to your channel. Now, PAL content could also be your website overview video, your company story, your about us. This is where you're going to hire a vendor and get a good looking video. You're going to spend some money, and that's why we call it PAL content, because this should be a video that really hits them. Imagine the power of creating, you know, 5, 10, 20 videos from your mobile device that are of an average quality. And then you hit your audience with a high-produced $300 to $500 video that tells your whole company's story. And it shows that you've got some wingspan behind your talents and abilities. Diversifying those videos is super important. What I want to stress with you guys today really is, as you're in your first maybe 6 months, pull content and one piece of PAL content. Get a high quality video made. One. The rest of your content should be focused on answering questions your audience is asking.
Owen,
Yes, sir.
you said 30 seconds. Is there a range or a optimal time here? Is that 30 seconds?
Yeah, 30 seconds is pretty good. You know, how many of you guys are familiar with the 5-second auto skip or the skip ads on YouTube? Okay, most people will skip those. You will only pay for that ad if somebody watches, if somebody watches 30 seconds or more or clicks. So there's actually strategy there in a 30-second ad. The idea is that if somebody watches the entire ad but doesn't click, you still don't have to pay for it. So we're not going to go into that strategy today. I'm happy to answer some of those questions off the books. But people are not going to watch on Facebook, especially 3-4 minutes of content. Even with live video, I get something like 2,000 views a week on my live show, and most of them are just a couple minutes, and that's okay. But you want to keep your ads short, sweet, and to the point. Now you're going to do like a company overview video that can get up to 90 seconds. Okay. 90 seconds. And we're going to go over this in video formatting, how long your videos should be. That question is really answered, how long your videos should be, by what kind of video are we talking about? Pull, push, or PAL? What platform are we talking about? Facebook or YouTube or Instagram? All of those things matter. All right? So yeah, I would say this, your YouTube video should be 4 minutes. 4 minutes. Yeah. And push, yeah. It's very short. I would call that short form content. But again, it kind of depends on the platform. If we're on Facebook, short form content is 10 seconds. We're making 10-second and 3-second videos for Facebook that just kind of quickly show a brand and a bumper and move the viewer on. YouTube is a different place. Let's talk about that real quick. Let's talk about YouTube versus Facebook. People go onto Facebook and this is what they do. Right? And they're going there to see images, they're going to see grandkids, they're going to get work updates, they're going to look at the hurricane news, maybe there's a video there, okay? And they're waiting for you to stop the scroll. You've got to provide them something with enough value to stop the scroll. What do you guys think is a major type of video? What are people taking videos of that get people to stop? Animals. My wife goes nuts. Every night we're watching cute little kitties tumble around together. It's actually great for my relationship. It makes me a softer man. I shaved with a knife this morning to give you guys an idea of who I am behind the scenes. Thanks, Ron. What else? I thought I heard it. Food. These are things that stop people. Because we're Americans. Yeah, yes, that looks amazing, You've got to create videos that stop the scroll. And on Facebook, that's tough to do. That's tough to do. Okay, YouTube is a completely different environment. YouTube, someone says, I'm gonna watch some YouTube videos. Right? YouTube is a time investment platform. YouTube is something where the viewer says, I'm going to watch only videos for the next hour, 2 hours, half hour, whatever the case might be. So on YouTube, you can make longer videos. On YouTube, 4 minutes is a very short video. Now, the top performing vloggers, video bloggers, vloggers, people that are just daily videoing, and business owners like yourself, you guys could be doing daily videoing, updates and things like that. I'm not sure it's the best strategy, but it's a strategy. Vloggers, the top vloggers in the country are getting about 6 minutes of watch time. Okay, so they make a 20-minute video, and on average, people are watching that 20. They're watching 6 of the 20 minutes. So if you can get 4 minutes of that, you're doing phenomenally well. The reality is, in the beginning, you're probably going to be making 4-minute videos and getting about 2 minutes of watch time. That will improve as you learn how to be more entertaining and more engaging in your videos. And I'm going to give you guys 2 different step-by-step processes to make your videos more engaging from the get-go. Okay, so any questions on the difference between YouTube and Facebook viewers? We understand the difference in the video platform. Facebook video has to really like pull them out of their trance. YouTube, you've got a little bit more time, right? To give them some sizzle. We had a question here in the third row.
You might get to this, so I don't want to rush you. Does YouTube inform you of your watch time?
Yes, through your analytics. Right. I'm not sure whose coffee that is, but it's not mine. No, it's mine from this morning. But you know, you have those moments where you're like, my coffee was warmer than this. Mary, did you have a question?
Yeah, and again, you may get to this later, but what you just described in terms of Facebook and the scroll, and I gotta stop the scroll. Well, Facebook live streaming seems to be a whole different animal from that. Most of the Facebook live streams that I've seen, and maybe these are not well done, you're way too long. It is a 25-minute stream. Are you kidding?
Yeah, I stream for an hour. Twice a week on Facebook, okay? Here's the issue with Facebook. It's a great question. What Mary's asking is, Facebook Live seem like an anomaly, and they are. Facebook Live is 20% of all videos viewed on Facebook right now today, and I believe that number is only going to increase. In fact, I just posted on my Instagram yesterday that the amount of people that watch live video on Facebook equals the amount of people who report never to watch live video. So that means that that marketplace could double, and that's a really exciting place for us to be in. Live video is like radio, okay? I sold radio for a long time. It was the best job I was ever fired from, and I've been fired from 22, which is why I'm an entrepreneur. Radio works like this. People are going to listen for 10 minutes. They're going to listen for 7 minutes, and they're going to tune out. Commercial comes on, they're going to tune out. Live video works the same way. You broadcast for an hour, and you get 10 people to listen to you for 5 minutes, and then in 5 minutes, that whole audience swaps out. Now another 10 people log in, and they're watching you. So your view counts can go up very, very quickly. Your watch time, however, is not going to be terribly high. However, Facebook gives you a ton of tools so that the moment somebody watches your video for even 3 seconds, you can target that person with an ad later on in the future. Facebook wants you spending money on their ad platform. And I would love to come back in the future and talk to you guys about that. Maybe we can do a webinar. Facebook ads are fantastic. YouTube works differently. YouTube wants to help you develop an audience. YouTube should be thought of as a show. Okay? We're going to talk about this a little bit in video formatting. But when you're uploading to YouTube, one of the core strategies you must implement. A year ago, it was, here's a good idea. Now, since January of 2017, this is essential. You have got to be uploading on a regular schedule, just like your favorite TV shows. We can rely on the Goldbergs, right? It's one of my favorite shows I watch with my kids. A new episode of the Goldbergs will be up every Wednesday at 8 p.m. We can rely on that. YouTube wants you creating videos that bring your audience back every week at roughly the same time. I don't want you to get obsessed with uploading at 3 p.m. every Wednesday, but around 3 p.m. every Wednesday is how you will develop a big audience. People can rely on you to be there, and they'll get alerts each time you upload. Yeah? Yeah, there's a schedule feature inside of YouTube that you can use. Yeah, so you click schedule, you upload 5 videos, you click schedule, and you just let the system ride. In fact, that's what I would recommend. I would recommend you do batch uploads. Now, batch production or batch uploads means that you're producing a lot of videos at the same time. Not only will this help minimize your output, right, or excuse me, minimize your input, how much time you're putting in, but it's also going to help you maximize your output. By that I mean YouTube has a structure to it. They have a way of doing things. And if you follow this way of doing things, you'll get better results. You'll also be able to create better videos. So let's talk about the proper channel structure, the proper way to set up your videos and to create your videos and to think about which videos you're going to do next. Because if you are a speaker and you go and you speak on colors, right, what I want to encourage you guys to do is avoid the desire to do a video about red and to do a video about brown and then do a video about green and then you're going to do another video about black. Instead, I want you to spend a month making videos about red, brick red, fire engine red, Crayola red, maroon. You get where I'm going with that? And creating context, creating playlists, okay? In fact, your YouTube channel should be a collection of playlists. A playlist is a collection of videos of similar subtopic designed to be watched together. This is how we increase our session time. And session time is sort of like a mythical number. Mythical in that YouTube does not let us know what your session time is. So we have no way of knowing. But we do know that the more someone geeks out on your videos, the more authority your channel gets, which means your future videos are more likely to rank higher in the search engines and to rank faster in the search engines. You with me? What's your question?
I didn't quite get that.
So you want to be producing in groups. What do you do? Tell me what you do.
I'm a professional photographer.
You're a professional photographer. Great. So what types of weddings?
Personal branding.
Personal branding. Okay. So let's talk about some of the videos you want to make for your channel. Give me some ideas. Some videos that, off the top of your head, you want to make for YouTube.
About my personal branding process, I have headshot parties, and people are so nervous about, and they don't understand the process, so I want to break it down and explain.
Great. Let's talk about headshots. Do 10 videos on headshots
Okay,
and start there.
okay,
Don't do anything else.
don't do anything else.
Make one category of videos.
Okay,
Right? So if I'm going onto YouTube and I want to learn about headshots and what it takes and how to hire a vendor and all those kind of great things, it is very likely I will geek out on 7 of those videos at a time.
okay,
Versus you make one headshot video, 4 minutes, yeah,
okay,
and they might be 3 minutes, they might be 2 minutes. I mean, the video shouldn't be any longer than it needs to be. Okay? If you said what you need to say in 2 minutes, then you don't need to add another 2 minutes to that video. Okay? But let's say that I'm going in to look at headshots, and you do one video on like how to get a great headshot. Now, in my mind, I've got 7 more questions now, but you didn't make any more videos on that because you wanted to go now over to branding photos for Facebook, and I'm not interested in that right now. Right? So I want you guys to think about YouTube long term, and I want you to develop your videos in batches, in categories that all relate to each other at first. So maybe you start with your headshot photos. Next month, you're going to make 5, 10 videos on Facebook profile images. Maybe the next month it's hiring a vendor, and so on and so forth. Okay? And you'll find that one video might belong in 2 or 3 different batches. It is okay to make that video 3 times.
So is the way you batch it, the way you name and title it on YouTube? Is there a way to?
Yes, absolutely. And we're actually going to end this section on how to write titles and how to organize your titles accordingly.
So when you said make same video, is it same topic, 3 different videos on the same topic?
Yes.
So, okay, just to kind of change it up a little.
Yes. Yeah, one topic. Come up with a topic based on keywords. Write 5 to 10 video titles for that topic. Then create another topic. Write 5 to 10 video titles for that topic. Then create another topic, and then create 5 to 10. All of those 5 to 10 videos will go into a playlist. By the time you guys are done with your channel, it's been a year, you have an established channel, you're going to have a full channel made up of organized playlists. Each one of those playlists will have videos of the same topic in it, right? You see how that works? And each video is one hyper-focused presentation designed to achieve one goal. Okay? Your videos should have a format to it. It's like a 5-act play or a story with a beginning, a middle, and an end. Those follow formats. Each of your videos will have an opening, branding, a welcome, and so on and so forth. We're going to get into that in the second section today. Okay? A goal. Each video should be designed to get views, subscribers, clicks, opt-ins, to get comments, to rank. Good friend of mine, Sean Cannell, just made a video. Normally his videos are 4 to 10 minutes. He does tech reviews and that sort of thing. He just made a video that's 90 seconds. And in that video, he asks the audience what their top questions are. What is that video designed to do? Help them create more content. But out of these goals, comments, exactly, right? Tons of comments, and you're absolutely right. Feeds his content strategy for the rest of the quarter. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. And you can do stuff like that. What are your questions and things to that effect, okay? But I want you to avoid the mistake I made, which was making videos about whatever I feel like today because I'm an entrepreneur, right? And instead, do what it took me, 2 years to learn, which is create in categories, create in batches, okay? Let's take a look at what that looks like in the real world. Oh. All right, so here's an example of one of my breakout, this is actually my first breakout videos here. It was 2 a.m. I was doing website design videos. In fact, Dawn and I were talking about this last night in a dirty Walmart shirt. Now, I barely fit the shirt anymore, but it has a special place in my heart. So it's my yard work shirt now. But I created this video on how to properly develop web pages for your website. It went bananas. Didn't even know it. I'm working in my office. All of a sudden, I get a call. I saw your video on YouTube. How much for a website? I don't know, $5,000. Okay, in. I got another call a week later. I just saw your video on YouTube. How much for a website? I go, what video? So he sends me to this video. I had 10,000 views on it and almost 1,000 subscribers from it. I had no idea. Okay, so guess what I did? Being a shrewd and effective businessman, I made 10 more videos just like it. It's possible. I'm pretty sure the shirt came from Walmart, though. I made 10 more videos just like it, and those videos went nuts. And this is a year ago, but 53,000 views on that one, 30,000 views on that one, 7,000 views on that one. Why? Because I created in playlists. So when this video is playing, okay, there are 19 videos on the side. And all of these videos popped up next to it. That is why you create in batches, okay? So we duplicated the model. I made a video about Snapchat. That did very well. So I made another playlist on Snapchat. The playlist continues to do very well, right? So I could have said, hey, this video on Snapchat's doing really well. I'm going to go make some videos on Instagram now. Or I'm going to make videos on Facebook now. But what would have happened is this. While somebody's watching this video on Snapchat, right, on the side would have been other Snapchat videos, not Instagram videos. Because YouTube looks at the title of your video. It looks at the tags and the description of your video. And it searches for other videos that are very similar or relevant. And their goal is to keep that viewer watching your video. Their goal is to keep that viewer on YouTube, watching more videos. And they know they're more likely to geek out on Snapchat vids than they are to do this whole hodgepodge thing. Knowing that, make videos for the algorithm, which means create in batches, okay? Create in batches. So this is what your channel structure should look like. A full channel, by the way, when completely done, should look something like this, right? I've got a playlist up here on how to use YouTube. I've got a playlist down here on Facebook video ad tips. I've got a sales playlist down here. I've got a Snapchat playlist and so on and so forth. This is how your channel should look. So you've got to ask yourself, what are the big topics, high-level topics that I can be making videos about? And then what are the subtopics underneath? And again, the videos underneath, there's going to be some overlap there. And there's nothing wrong with making that video 3 or 4 times. There is nothing wrong with that. In fact, it's only going to help you. Yes?
Owen, how did you make the cover slide? What program did you use
To get that screenshot?
I'm sorry?
To get the screenshot?
Yeah, yeah.
Or to make the thumbnail image?
Or make the thumbnail.
The thumbnail image. I use Adobe. We're going to cover thumbnails at the end today. And you can make your thumbnails in Canva. You can make your thumbnails in PowerPoint. I got a client doing stuff on PowerPoint. Thumbnails are an important part of getting clicked. All right, not just getting views, but actually winning the click. Okay, so let's talk about titles. Yes, please.
Well, you're just going to talk about it, because I see how-to as a theme through all your...
Yes, yeah. I'll tell you, my channel is very astute of you. My channel is big on how-to. Also, I use brand names. So how to use Blue Jeans for your video conferencing, how to use Snapchat, how to use Facebook video ads. So brand jacking is kind of like the hacker term for it, right? You can do the same thing, right? How to stay safe in Hurricane Harvey, right? That's what we would call news jacking. That's a very generic example, but the idea is there's something big happening in the news. How can you tie your brand to it and get immediate search traffic? Another title strategy, I didn't plan on going into this, but is called title jacking. Find leaders in your industry or in similar industries and find what their top videos are and make a video with the exact same title. Talk about relevance, right? Whenever that high-producing video is playing, it's very likely that your video will play right after it.